Okay, good afternoon. We are looking at forecasting, one of the topics in POM. So under forecasting, we are looking at the technique called regression analysis. So this one is on regression. Analysis. So under this one, we look at the line of regression, which is equal to y is equal to alpha plus bx. Our A is the intercept. B is the slope. So meaning that as you get to B, you look at summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y over n over summation of x square minus summation of x square over n. Which one? What do you mean? So this one is what? It's okay. Okay. All right. So now this is it over n. Are people with me so far?
Yes, we are.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, so this is about what is going on now. In this line of regression that we look at to say y is equal to alpha plus bx, what we are simply saying is that our x is the independent variable. So x is independent variable. What variable is independent? Time is independent. Of course, even the year is independent because the year will keep on going. And of course, advertising. These ones are independent variables. Then getting down to our y is a dependent variable. Okay, so this one is a dependent variable. E.g. what? E.g. sales. Sales will depend on advertising. Of course, we build up a little bit to actually look at the coefficient of correlation. That is, so we have the coefficient of correlation. So this is given by R, which is the summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y over n over the square root of summation of x square minus summation of x square over n. Then of course we have the summation of y square and the summation of y square over n. So this simply measures the relationship between two variables, that is x and y, in order to determine if you have the negative or positive relationship between the variables. Okay, so R measures the relationship. So R measures relationship, okay, between the variables in order to indicate if you have the negative or the positive relationship between the variables. That is what R measures. Okay. So this one, we are simply saying it measures what? The relationship between variables. So between x and y. So when R is positive and very close to 1, okay, it means we have a very strong positive relationship between x and y. So we are simply saying that when our R is very close to 1, it means that we have a very strong positive relationship between x and d. When R is close to 1, means very strong positive relationship, very strong positive relationship. Okay, so this is what goes on. So we can quickly get back to the question now. This question came in this exam for the May 2023 exam. Okay. Okay, so we have this question on the forecasting that came as question number 3. So question 3 says there's no spot uses time series to forecast demand for its popular snowboard. The operations manager has recorded the actual sales of the snowboard, okay, for the past 11 years. This is just about from the year 2012 getting down to 2022. And then these are the sales. So these sales, when you come across the sales, just know that sales, they are representing the Y, and the X is the number of years. That is just from the information given in the question. Okay. So the years that we have, we can put them as X values, and then they want us to find the focus for next year's demand. And then we see what goes on. So the X, we have 11 years. For year 2012, you take it as, so 2012, you take it as year 1, so it's 1, okay, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these are the years. So you put X as those years. So for I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The sales is Y. Okay, so for the first one is 17, 16, 21, 20, 23, 30, 35, 60, 69, 78, 140. Okay, so meaning that as we get down here, you are going to have X, then you do the other one for Y, then you do the one for X square, you do the other one for Y square, you do the one for XY. Okay, so this is a table you need to present in an exam. So far, I would want people to tell me if you are following or people are still behind. Feel free to be open. Because your exam is just about the corner, around the corner. So you really need to tell us what is going on. Are we together so far?
Yes.
Okay, so we are filling in this table here. For those who did the QM, I'm sure you remember the regression question forecasting that we are doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this one is for the totals. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that the first one here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then the Y is 17, 16, 21, 20, 23, 30, 35, 60, 69, 78, and 140. So, of course, the here is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, and then the other one is 121. But you can also enter the data in the calculator to get the totals in advance. So you use a combination of X coordinates, you use X, Y. When entering the data, first and foremost, you clear the memory. Okay, so clear memory in the calculator, then you can enter the data. So the Y square is 17 square is giving us what? 289. Then 16 square is 256. Then the other one is 21 square, 441. Then this is 400. 23 square is 529. This is 900. 35 square, 1225. This 60 square is 36. Then 69 square is 4761. Are people following so far? Are people with me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right, so 140 square. So 140 square is what? 19,600. Then getting down to the last one, the XY is 17. 16 by 2 is 32. 21 by 3 is 63. Then this is 8. 23 by 5 is 115. This is 30 by 6 is 180. 35 by 7 is 245. 60 by 8 is 480. 69 by 9, 621. Then 780 on this end. So for you to get full marks, 11 by 140, 1540. So you can find the totals. So 1,17 m plus using the combination of the coordinates. 2,16 m plus 3,21 m plus 4,20 m plus 5,23 m plus 6,30 m plus 7,35 m plus 8,60 m plus 9,69 m plus 10,78 m plus 11,14 m plus. So here we can now take note that the summation of X is 66. So the total is 66 here. The summation of y getting down to y there is 509. Okay. Then the other one, x squared, is 506. Then getting down summation of y squared, you can even compute manually. It's 38,085. Summation of xy, 41,53. So from here, the first question is asking us that we need to get what? We need to get the regression equation. Okay, from here, it says we need to develop the regression equation. All right, based on the year as x independent variable. The y is the dependent what? Variable. All right. So from here, we can find our b, summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y over n over summation of x squared minus summation of x square over n. Okay, so our b is actually going to give us summation of xy is 4153 minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y. It is 36 multiplied by summation of y is 509 over 11. The network was they just left. You kept on switching on and on. And it has just started again. Just unfortunate. Everything else that I was doing, it erased everything else. You have to start again. Just imagine. Okay, I'm sure people are with me. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, though I don't know, the network here keeps on going up and down. Though I still have a backup of because my whiteboard has been erased for whatever it is that was there. Actually, everything has been erased, but it doesn't matter because I still have the backup. So what we would do, I'll just go back to the equation once again, where we said y is equal to alpha plus bx. Of course, now we simply say our b is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y over n over summation of x square minus summation of x square over n. So meaning that our beta is equal to Summation of xy is what? Who can give me a summation of xy? What's our summation of xy?
4153.
Okay, correct. 4153. Then the summation of x was what?
66.
Okay. Then summation of y was what? 509, not so.
Okay, yes.
509 over 11 over summation of x square is 506. Then 66 square over 11. Our b is actually going to be 4153 minus 66 multiplied by 509 divided by 11 is 3054 over 506 minus 66 square divided by 11, 396. So meaning our b is actually going to be 4153 minus 3054 is 1099 over 506 minus 396 is 110. So what are we getting? It's 9 point what? 9.99. That is our beta. Are we together there? Are people with me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we
So
are.
now, in a nutshell, you can also retrieve the data because I'm running out of time because I'm just about having 9 minutes remaining. So it's y bar minus bx bar to get our alpha, meaning that our alpha is equal to y bar is the mean of y. So the mean of y from there is 46.27. Then minus b multiplied by what? This formula there, the beta we are from finding, which is 9 point what? 9.99. I'm sure you still remember this from the QM. Then our x bar is giving us 6 here. So our alpha is actually going to give us, the alpha level there is negative 13.673. So meaning that our line of regression is actually going to give us alpha plus bx. All right, so meaning our line of regression is equal to alpha is negative 13. Okay, so we're getting our y is equal to negative 13.673. Then plus the beta there is 9.9, so that is 9.9909x. So this is the line of regression that the examiner needed concerning the first part of this okay. Are people with me so far? Excuse me, are we?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Yes, away.
you are with me? Okay,
Yes, yes.
the first question has been answered. Let's find the focus for next year's sale. So the next year's sale is for the 12th year. Okay, so the 12th year is the next year's sales using the same regression equation. So which means when x is equal to 12, we are on B now. So it will be y is equal to negative 13.673 then plus 9.9909 on 12. So meaning that our y is actually going to give us what? We multiply the other side, 9.9909 by 12, then 13.673. So it's giving us 106 point what? 106.2178. So this is what we have concerning the forecast for next year's sales using the regression what? The regression equation. All right, so we have also answered part B. Okay, so for the 20 marks, this is the most recent exam that came in May 2023, the last semester, the other semester. And we are looking at, can management rely on the drop time series model to be future expansion decision, be quantitative? So we need to find out R. If our R is positive, then they can rely on it. As the years are increasing, then the sales are also going. So we need to find R. If the R will give us positive, then we can actually suggest that they can rely on this time series model. But if the R will give us negative, means that as the years are increasing, the sales are reducing, then the relationship is negative. So they shouldn't rely on it. So what we are simply saying is that we need to find our R using this formula, summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y over n over the summation of x square minus summation of x square over n. Then the other one will give us summation of y square minus summation of y square over n. Okay, so meaning our R, when substituting the figures there, our R is giving us the value of 0.8. So 0.8692 after substituting the figures in that R. So we simply comment that management should rely because we have a very strong positive relationship between X and Y because R is very close to 1. Okay, so since R is 0.8692, which is very close to 1, meaning that it is very close to 1. Okay, so very close to 1 means very strong positive relationship, means very strong, okay, positive relationship. Okay, between X and Y. Therefore, management should rely on this forecasting. Management should rely on this technique. Okay. So I simply say management should rely on this forecasting technique. And which is okay, because as the years are increasing, as X increases, Y is also increasing. So this is where this question is ending. It is just on forecasting, and this one, it was forecasting and was on regression analysis, where you identify the X and Y variables. So this is what was involved in this question. So please take note of everything else that we discussed right now, unless there's someone who is behind so far. Is there anybody who is behind on this forecasting?
I think, hello?
Yes, please.
Just the second part, the B. I didn't see what you did.
Okay, the beta, we substituted the
Not the question B,
question what?
where we asked to forecast for the next year.
Focus for next year is here. Actually, the answer is here. We substitute X as 12 here. So it was 106 point this using the regression equation. Have you seen it? This B? Are we there? Have you seen this B?